Hi everyone! I'm Jasmine, and welcome to Jasmine's Reading Corner. For today's Storytime storybook, I thought it'd be a great idea to look at another book from McDonald's Happy Meal Readers Collection. So for today's Storytime storybook, we'll be reading TreeTop Twins Wilderness Adventures, The Twins Meet a Quagga by Cressida Cowell. But before we get started, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So now, let's begin. The sun beat down on the sizzling savanna, and the grass hummed with busy insects. The TreeTop family have taken their time machine and traveled back in time to the 18th century, to the grasslands of South Africa. One bright day, the big twins, Alfie and Asha, were looking after the little twins, Tulip and Ted. Their parents, Professor Pablo and Professor Penelope, were taking a nap. When the professor woke up, the TreeTop family were going to spend the evening at a nearby waterhole to see what animals were living in the African savanna at the time. "There'll be cheetahs," said Asha. "And ostriches," said Alfie. "And lions and elephants," said Ted. "Don't forget the unicorns," said Tulip. "Don't be silly," laughed Ted. "Only babies believe in unicorns." Alfie and Asha were laughing too, which made Tulip very upset. "I'll show them I'm not a baby," said Tulip to herself. "I'll go down to the waterhole and look for unicorns on my own." So when the others weren't looking, Tulip decided to walk to the waterhole by herself. She found a hill to hide behind and ducked down out of sight. From her hiding place, she spotted an ostrich and a wildebeest and a herd of creatures she had never seen before. I wonder what it could be. Let's find out. Tulip couldn't see them properly because there were some trees in the way. From the side, they looked a little bit like horses, but they were much smaller, so they must be... I think we all know where this is going, huh? Oh, which side do I hold it from? Let me try to read it from this side. "Unicorns!" said Tulip triumphantly. "I knew it!" Meanwhile, Alfie and Asha and Ted had noticed that Tulip was missing. They woke up Professor Penelope and Professor Pablo, and they all hurried to the waterhole. They crept up very quietly so as not to disturb the animals and peered over Tulip's shoulder. "I'm sorry I called you a baby," whispered Ted. "And I'm sorry I ran off without telling you where I was going," whispered Tulip. "But look, I did find some unicorns." Just then, one of the strange creatures turned towards them, and it did not have a horn. Okay, which side am I going to read it on? Let me try reading it from this side. "Oh," said Tulip, feeling very disappointed. "It isn't a unicorn after all." But it did have something else interesting. It had stripes, but not all over it, just on its front half. It's a quagga, said Professor Penelope. It's about the size of a zebra, but with stripes only on the front half of its body. Why is it called a quagga? Asked Tulip. The quagga opened up its mouth and made a noise. Quagga! Well, that's how I think it would sound. Quagga! Quagga! Almost like a donkey, or is it more like quagga, quagga, quagga? I wish a quagga was really around so we did know what they actually sounded like. That must be why, grinned Ted. But the quagga had made that noise for a reason. There were 3 beautiful golden lionesses padding towards the waterhole. The lionesses prowled closer, but the quaggas had already been alerted. Quagga! They cried as they all ran away. All except for one, a baby who couldn't run quite fast enough. Oh no! Cried Tulip. They're going to catch it! Oh no! The 3 golden lionesses are going to capture the baby quagga! Or will they not? We'll have to see how this ends. I'm getting kind of scared. How about you all? Okay, let me turn on this side. Is that easier to read? Okay, I think that's easier to read for me. But then something amazing happened. A great big wildebeest saw the baby quagga was in trouble. It stepped forward and shook its enormous horns at the lionesses. The lionesses were scared, and now it was their turn to run away. Aha, aha. Game of chicken, huh? Okay, now this side. Phew, said Alfie. Why did that big wildebeest save the baby quagga? I wonder why. We all have to look after the babies, even if they aren't ours, said Asha, putting her arm around Tulip. Aw, isn't that a cute, gushy moment between Asha and Tulip? It's kind of making me wince. I'm not a baby, said Tulip. Yeah, that would be my reaction to something like that, too. Okay, let me try to read from this side. But she smiled and hugged Asha anyway. And then the TreeTop family walked back home through the cooling grass for dinner. Nighttime in the savannah. Professor Pablo was putting the twins to bed. I'm so glad we got to travel back in time and meet the quaggas, said Asha, who had drawn a picture of one in her notebook. Me too, said Professor Pablo, turning the light off. Sorry it wasn't a unicorn, Tulip, but it was almost as good. I wonder what year and what place we'd have to travel to see a unicorn, said Tulip to herself. I also wonder how far back in time we'd have to travel to see a dragon, One day I'll find a unicorn, just you wait and see. I like Tulip's determination. Oh, this is the end of the book, it looks like. Ash's facts about quaggas. Okay, let me read this. The quagga was about the size of a zebra, but only had stripes on the front half of its body. Quaggas lived up until the late 19th century on the plains of South Africa. The quagga's name may have come from the noise they made. Quagga, or quagga, 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 or is it quagga, 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 quagga. I wonder what the sound was really like. But you know what? When I was researching this book, and by researching, I mean looking up how to pronounce quagga, I saw that if you Google quagga, the search term Project Quagga comes up. And it looks like back in 2016, there was an effort to revive this extinct species. So we might actually have quaggas around now. So all you boys and girls, with the permission of your parents, of course, go Google it on Google and let me know what you find out. So that brings us to the end. Please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. And if there are any books you would like me to check out, please email me or contact me through my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter handles. Until next time.